Well, good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott Manning coming to you from my home here in Columbus. I want to thank all my loyal viewers for tuning out there in YouTube land tonight. Earlier tonight, you saw me address the Ray Rice issue. I would love to hear from you about that. I'm going to watch CBS this morning, probably sometime tomorrow. I'm going to DVR it if I'm not up in time. This way, I can have the chance to see the Nora O'Donnell sit down with Commissioner Roger Goodell as he breaks his silence. But there is some other news today, so I'll just go ahead and pass that along to you real quickly here. I'm not going to be up too much longer. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, so I'm just going to lay it out for you here tonight. The NCAA has ended Penn State's postseason ban effective immediately. It returned the school's full complement of football scholarships for the 2015-2016 season. Penn State accepted the postseason ban and the temporary loss of some football scholarships in a consent decree with the NCAA after the Jerry Sandusky molestation scandal. The decision was made Monday by the NCAA Executive Committee, which endorsed the recommendation of George Mitchell, the athletic oversight monitor for the university. In the latest report, Penn State's comment to the integrity of its athletic department and in a progress toward meeting the requirement of a consent decree are clear. Northern Arizona President Rita Hartong Chen, who chaired the meeting, said in a statement, "We thank Senator Mitchell for his with bunches and exhaustive work over the past 2 years. Mitchell's efforts and the decisions of Penn State's officials made today's decision possible." So that's where we stand. Looks like Penn State's going to be. It's going to be about 3 to 5 years, I think, before Penn State returns to being the big powerhouse they once were. But this is a start. It's a start in the right direction for them. I hope everything goes well. Just hope they can finally put the mess of Jerry Sandusky behind. And also, too, speaking of universities that may be in trouble, USC's athletic director is in a little bit of trouble as well. USC athletic director Pat Hayden has been fined $25,000 and reprimanded by the Pac-12 for his actions in the third quarter of the Trojan 13-10 win against Stanford on Saturday. Hayden left the press box after getting a text message from someone on the USC staff at the request of Coach Steve Sarskin, who also was reprimanded, and went to the sideline where he got into a lively discussion with the officiating crew. The conduct by Hayden was inappropriate. Pac-12 Commissioner Larry Scott said in a statement that such actions by an administrator in an attempt to influence the officiating ultimately of a contest will not be tolerated. Hayden issued an apology on Sunday and imposed a sideline ban on himself for the USC's next 2 games. So Pat Hayden's got to keep his nose clean here for the next couple of weeks. We'll have to wait and see how that goes out. But like I said, the game last Saturday was USC Stanford. I'm going to address that a little bit. I'm going to address that a little bit more tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, there's going to be a few things I want to address. I'm going to address that a little bit more, and I'm going to give you the teams to watch in college football this season tomorrow night. So tune in tomorrow. I will have that for you, along with some other news as well. Tomorrow I'm going to be watching the Nora O'Donnell interview tomorrow morning on CBS this morning with Commissioner Roger Goodell of the National Football League. I'll give you my take on that. I'll be back here tomorrow, all of you guys, like I always have, to give you my take on everything. We'll have to wait and see what turns out. But I got some baseball news to pass along to you as well. Houston beat Seattle tonight 2-1. San Diego beat LA 6-3. The Indians were losers tonight over Minnesota 4-3. The Rays beat the Yankees 4-3 tonight. The Nationals beat the Braves 6-4. The Phillies beat the Pirates 4-3. The Blue Jays beat the Cubs 9-2. Detroit got a big win over Kansas City tonight 4-2. Baltimore beat Boston 4-1. Miami beat Milwaukee 6-3. The Brewers have lost 12 out of their last 13 games, and they're pretty much out of it now. San Francisco beat Arizona 5-1. The Reds beat the Cardinals 9-5. The Mets beat the Rockies 2-0. The Angels beat the Rangers 9-3, and Oakland beat the White Sox 11-2. So here's where we stand as far as the baseball standings and the wild card races go. In the American League East, Baltimore leads Toronto by 10. In the American League Central, we have a dead heat. Kansas City and Detroit are now tied for the Central Division lead. We'll have to wait and see how that goes there. I'll get back to that in just a second. The Angels lead by 8 over Oakland. In the National League, the Nationals lead by 9 over Atlanta. St. Louis leads Pittsburgh by 4.5. And out west, the Dodgers lead the Giants by 2.5. So, folks, here's the wild card picture, and I'm going to put it up here for everybody to take a look at. Look what has happened here in the last few days. I know my writing's a little hard to read. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. I'm going to try to put it up here for you to see it. This is where everything, I think now, this is where everything is going to be decided. Right here in the National League and any American League. Take a look at this. Oakland leads as the first wild card spot. Detroit and Kansas City are tied for the Central Division leads. That's why I got both of them on there. So they're tied for the second wild card spot. Whoever wins here may have the blessing of the advantage. Seattle's still a half game out, but folks, don't count out the Toronto Blue Jays. They're only 4.5 out. We still got a little bit of the season to go. We'll have to wait and see what happens from there, and we're just gonna have to go with the flow. The question, so folks, before I wrap it up tonight, I know I've already talked about this earlier tonight in my earlier rant this evening. So the question of the night is very simple. Will Ray Rice play in the NFL again? I am going to say no. And almost the entire country agrees with me. His career is over. Basically, he brought this on himself. His wife is saying, leave us alone, leave all this alone. He's a good man, he's a good husband. No, he's not. I mean, this is sad. This is a typical case of somebody standing by their man when they shouldn't. She can get out of this. I mean, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's not the end of what we've seen. This is just getting started. I think there's more to this than meets the eye. And it scares me. But like I said, hey, she made her comment. We'll have to wait and see how it goes from there. We'll have to find out what happens down the road. And that's the best I can say right now. I'm not going to go into any of this further tonight. Like I said, I'm going to let it play out. Norah O'Donnell's going to be sitting down with Roger Goodell tomorrow on CBS this morning. I'm going to watch that interview. And I'm going to probably come back tomorrow afternoon or even tomorrow evening to give you my take on it. But there's a couple other things I do want to talk about tonight. We still got college football to be played. There's still baseball playoffs to be decided. I'm going to try to shy away from the Ray Rice thing. I'm not going to talk about it anymore tonight. Tune in tomorrow, and I'll give you more. I'll give you my take on what I know so far. And I'll tell you what I think of when I watch the interview tomorrow with Norah O'Donnell and Roger Goodell. I'll give you more. I will definitely give you my take on it. But as for tonight, if you want to drop me a line about Ray Rice, if you want to talk about it, if we want to discuss this a little bit further, if you agree with me or you don't, or even if you disagree with me, I want to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. I'll get your comments on the air, and I'll see what I can do to work with you. But I'm telling you this. I think there's more to this than meets the eye, I think. And it scares me. What if something like, because another player just committed the same thing out in San Francisco. I don't know his name, and I don't know what's going to happen down the road. The country, at sportsnation.com, I think it's a 50-50 split. I can't remember the guy's name. All I know is he plays for the 49ers. If somebody knows that person's name, pass it along to me. I'll pass it along to the rest of my viewers. But folks, there's nothing more I can add tonight about the Ray Rice incident. I've done everything I could tonight. If I kind of scared you, I apologize. I usually don't rip papers up, rip up notes. But tonight, I just had to speak from the heart. And I hope you guys understand that. But I would love to hear from you anyway. Like I said, tomorrow morning on CBS this morning, Norah O'Donnell's going to sit down with Roger Goodell, and they're going to discuss and I'm going to watch it, like I said, and I'm going to give you my take on it. So until tomorrow evening, this is Scott Manning saying good night, good luck, and thank you. And thank you